there is nothing set in stone about whether Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to stay in Milwaukee or whether he wants to leave elsewhere. He's been evaluating his future this entire offseason. I reported way back in mid-May that he's open-minded about whether his best fit is in Milwaukee or is it a trade elsewhere. That process has been continuing. There's been some real conversations he's having with his inner circle, from my understanding. And the one big question that is surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo, that's surrounding his camp, is can he win another championship? Is this Bucks roster built for this upcoming season, for 2026-27, for him to win another championship, his second championship? We know how bad he wants to do that. And so only Giannis Antetokounmpo can make that determination, and clearly he wants to do it on his own time. I will say this, there are multiple teams that I know of that are literally waiting right now on what decision Giannis Antetokounmpo makes, waiting to see, does he actually hit the market? Training camps don't start till mid-September. There have been examples in the past. Kyrie Irving was traded to the Boston Celtics in August when he got moved. Damian Lillard was actually traded to Milwaukee in September. So there are deals that happen late in summers.
So David, you heard Sham say, clearly Giannis wants to win a championship. Can he do it in Milwaukee? Should he want out or should he want in?
Oh, first of all, it boggles my mind that Milwaukee has made these moves that they have made without Giannis already having bought in. If they have made the moves to stretch Dame Lillard and put those $20 million on their cap for the next few years, to pay Miles Turner and put that on their cap, and Giannis has not already agreed and they haven't had discussed this with him, this could go down as one of the more fiscally irresponsible moves that we have seen in the NBA in the last 25 years. So I would hope that there's been some discussion for Giannis to be a part of this team, for that to have happened. And if that's not the case, this is one of the biggest risks that I could imagine a team making. Now, if we're talking about Giannis deciding to stay or go, if Giannis is deciding based on winning and wanting to win another championship, he needs to go somewhere else. There's no championship window for him in Milwaukee. The team is not good enough, and especially even in the East, that is weak. The team just is not good enough for him to win a championship. Now, if he wants to stay there emotionally because he loves Milwaukee and Milwaukee loves him, that's another thing. But if we're talking about basketball decisions and basketball reasons, Milwaukee should want to move on from Giannis to get the most that they can out of the draft picks and the assets that they have for him, because there's no championship there. And Giannis should want to go somewhere else where he can win a championship. If we're talking just basketball, those are the moves that make the most sense.
Give me the last word on that, Sean.
So to answer that question, was he consulted? Was he brought up? I'm told Giannis Antetokounmpo was not consulted before they went and stretched and waived Damian Lillard $113 million and signing Miles Turner. Was he told beforehand? He was told that the deal was happening. But this front office, John Horst, their general manager, he has shown over the last 3, 4, 5 years that he's going to make swings whether Giannis Antetokounmpo wants him to or not. Clearly, he knows Giannis wants a contender there. So when he went out and got Damian Lillard, they didn't consult Giannis before they did that. They just did it. Same thing here with Miles Turner. Now, the ultimate decider, though, is whether that's good enough is Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so we'll see if he feels like this team is good enough. And now, why is it so hard for him to get to the point, do I stay, do I leave? It's 12 years. The equity that he's had there, he brought that city a championship there. I think it means a lot to him. So it's really the logic of where this organization's at versus, I think, a fairy tale and what he wants as a storybook. The decision will ultimately be his. He has not yet made it.
I love it when you empty out the notebook. Thank you, Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, Warriors fans from around the world, what if I told you the dynasty might not be over just yet? What if I told you that the band could get back together and the trio that brought us 4 championships might have one last ride left in them? Yes, we're talking about Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and yes, Klay Thompson. After months of uncertainty, a potential 3-team trade could bring Klay Thompson back home to the Golden State Warriors. And not only that, it would also solve the Jonathan Kuminga dilemma in one clean, strategic stroke. In today's episode, we're breaking down every angle of this proposed deal. Is it the emotional farewell this dynasty deserves? Is it the spark that could reignite a final championship run? And perhaps most importantly, is it the right move for the future of the franchise? Let's get into it. Klay comes home. First, let's talk about the heart of the deal. Klay Thompson potentially returning to the Bay. After 13 unforgettable seasons with the Warriors, Thompson left last offseason in a bittersweet free agency move, signing with the Dallas Mavericks. What stung the most? He signed for less than what Golden State had previously offered. In Dallas, Klay averaged a solid 14 points per game on 41.2% shooting with 39.1% from deep. Respectable numbers, but clearly a step down from his prime. He had moments, flashes of that Game 6 Klay magic, but it wasn't the same. It didn't feel right. Let's be honest, Klay never looked natural in a Mavericks jersey. And if we're being real, he probably never felt like anything other than a visitor. Now, this trade could bring him home, back to the Bay, back to Chase Center, back to the only franchise that ever truly embraced him. This isn't just a basketball decision, it's a cultural one. It's a legacy move. Bringing Klay back into a Warriors locker room that already added Jimmy Butler at the last season's trade deadline would give Golden State the chance to make one final push with its original core. The chemistry is already there. The brotherhood is unbreakable. And more than anything, Warriors fans deserve the chance to see the trio of Curry, Thompson, and Green retire together on their terms. That kind of storybook ending almost never happens in the NBA. But this might be the rare exception. The Kuminga situation finally resolved. Now let's be real. As exciting as a Klay return is, this trade also represents a clean break from a growing problem, the Jonathan Kuminga situation. Kuminga is a gifted player, no doubt. At 22 years old, he averaged 15.3 points, 4.6 rebounds, and 2.2 assists last season on 45.4% shooting. His physical tools are elite. His ceiling is high. But his fit with the Warriors, that's been in question for a while. He's reportedly turned down extension offers and made it clear he's not aligned with the current direction of the franchise. And under Steve Kerr's system, his usage has been inconsistent. He wants more freedom, more touches, more of a central role. And the Warriors, well, they're trying to win now. Sending Kuminga to the Sacramento Kings gives both parties what they want. Kuminga gets a chance to reset in a faster-paced, more open offense, and Golden State gets to move forward with clarity. In return, the Warriors would receive Sacramento's 2030 first-round pick. That might seem far down the line, but for a team looking to reload while still competing, that kind of asset matters. The other teams win too. Let's not ignore the other moving parts of this deal. The Dallas Mavericks would receive Malik Monk from the Kings, one of the best bench scorers in the league last year. He averaged 17.2 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists per game, and brings instant offense. For a Mavericks squad still licking their wounds from a disappointing playoff exit, that's a big pickup. The Kings, on the other hand, would be going all in on upside. They'd receive not only Kuminga, but also